Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TRG Central. This will be the first episode in our series of the 2026 Road to the Triple Crown free races. First up, it will be the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby week. So let's get right over to the schedule, and we'll pick up the Triple Crown series. Now, the difference between the two, the Road to the Triple Crown has all the prep races, but all sorts of other races that will run between January and April, along with a handful of allowance races that allows the user to have some of the horses that only maybe ran one or two of the prep races to get some more action in. The allowance races do not give the horse any Kentucky Derby victory points, but they do have purses. The same thing with any non prep Kentucky Derby prep race that are six races. They do not give out Kentucky Derby points, although they will have their uh, original purses that was given out this year. While the Triple Crown Series is just uh, scheduled to run the Triple Crown events. Now, as you probably know, we have quite a few scratches up to today, so we'll see if we can switch some of these fields to match what the scratches were over the week. Uh, First off, you remember that the TRG system only can handle 10 horses per race. I think the Oaks will end up with 13, and the Derby, even though they had three scratches, will still have a 20 horse field. The Oaks, though, normally has a 14 horse field, will be down one because they had four scratches, and it's kind of funny that one of the extras that got added into the Oaks race because of the scratch decided to scratch themselves. So there wasn't any other horses in what they call the also eligible to pull in another horse. In other words, these horses were also at Churchill Down just in case they were asked upon to run the race because of the number of scratches. So we need to figure out which horses get scratched in the Oaks and the Derby, and then replace them. So for the Oaks, we have, let's see who's in this race. Okay, so the Oaks, we need to scratch Bella, which is must be in Heat 1. Heat 2. Let's see, Bella's in Heat 2. Uh, that was Bella Ballerina. My Miss Mo is also in Heat 2. And Bottle of Rouge is also in Heat 2. So essentially, the first heat goes exactly the way it is. There's no need to make any changes. We'll head over to the second one. And like, if I haven't mentioned it, the fields that you see here are the actual fields that were initially drawn. And, and as I had mentioned before, there were four scratches in the Oaks and three scratches in the Derby. So we're trying to get these scratches facilitated so we can run the races with the horses that are in the actual real life fields for Oaks and Derby. Let's see, we said my Miss Mo is out. Follow Rouge is out. And Bella Ballerina out. Now, because these horses were in these slots above the horses that are still in the race, the horses still in the race get to move up. So Bomb Free now moves up to third. And who's the other one? Brooklyn Ron. And fourth. So we get rid of them. Unfortunately, they don't slide, so we just have to delete them and then re-enter them. Okay, so horse 3 is now Prom Queen. We can get the females over here, make it a little easier to find them. Okay, so Prom Queen is third. And let's see. That was Xiaomi second. Wait, the jockey. Okay, jockey there. Prom Queen has the jockey. And then let's see. That one. No, Brooklyn something. Brooklyn Bar. And it looks like Cosmo was the jockey for Brooklyn Bar. And I'm going to pause this for a second and take it. Okay, so that's right. Carmara is the jockey on Brooklyn Bar. Next would be Lovely Gray. Will be a replacement. And Lovely Gray is Dylan Davis. So push that whoops. There we go. Okay, and the last filling to be entered would be Resist. DJ Hernandez will be riding her. There we go. Hernandez. Ryan Joseph. Okay, so that's the new field for the second heat race for the Kentucky Oaks. So let's save that. Whoops, we got something somewhere. Oh, I put Brian in the wrong spot. There we go. Now that should work. Okay, so that's saved. Come back over here. We can lock both of these now. Take a quick look. Again, nothing changed on this one. I can check to make sure all of the jockeys are correct, but they should be. Yep, they're fine. Okay, then we'll lock this one and take a quick look. And then we go 6. So that's a total field of 13. Looks like all of the jockeys are correct. We'll save that. So we can run those if we like, but we're going to go over and change the Kentucky Derby fields too. As far as replacements for any scratch horses, the deadline was early this morning, so there won't be any new horses running. So if another horse gets scratched, then they'll just run 19 or 18 or whatever. So I imagine there could be another scratch or two tomorrow. For now, let's just go ahead and unlock these and let's view the first heat race. Now we have three scratches: Right to Party, Silent Tactic, and Full Effort. So let's see if any of those are in the first round. Okay, Right to Party's going. Scratch. Silent Tactic is going. And Full Effort, which must be in, so this was in one, and Full Effort must be in two. So that means we need to put Great White and Ocella in this one. Now wait a minute. Right to Party. Yeah. Okay, so all these guys gotta move up. Let's switch over here and get the males. And you see there was quite a few horses. 355 available in the subscription store so far as of issue 1. Okay, now let's see. We need Great White. Well, let's switch these, I guess. Let's move Dana up. Dana Berman. Wait, wait. That looks right for the jockey. Incredible. This is how I should have did it for the fillies. So that way you don't get confused on which jockeys were riding which horses. Okay, so emerging market is up 6. We have the right jockeys. 60. Written by Brian Hernandez. Golden Temple, Almond Love. Yes, the right jockey. Okay, so it's Great White, moved up with Alex Achar. And then Ocello takes the next one. And then with Tyler Graf FC. Tyler Graf Leone. So that's the heat one. And lock that. Let's view the field here. And full effort is the only one. Scratch and others gonna take his place. Don't need to move anybody up. He was lost. Oh, see. Mm, no, it's not OC. My bad. Del Bosco. Like Torres. Christian Torres. Okay, so the top nine stay the same. Only the 10th one with scratch. Still looks like we're good here. Save the field. Okay, now we'll take a look at these fields. So we have Sala and Great White in the race. Lots two. Everybody moves up, and we don't have any doubles. And check the Kentucky Derby field. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so the fields are updated, and we should be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and run the prep races. The heat races for the You notice the heat races do have a nice purse, but they do not give out any Kentucky Derby points. First up is heat race 1 for the fillies. It's the grade 2 race. Here's our morning line. Explorer looks like she's the favorite. Search Buddy's right behind. And what we'll end up doing is we'll take the top 10 times and we'll get moved into the finals. Same thing with Kentucky Derby. We'll take the top 10. So only 3 will not make the cut here for the hopes. And there you have the field. 4 1. 2 is Search Party. 3 is Meaning. 4 is Dazzling Dame. 5 is Always the Runner. 6 is Person's Bar. And 7 is Posh Media. Oh, looks like everything's good. Let's go ahead and get this race started. Dewitt Tower announces all the horses in the starting gate, and they're off, and 6 is out of the gate first at Percy's Bar. Remember, Floria and Search Party were 1-2, so let's see how they shape it up here when we get into the back straight. Okay, right now the leader is Dazzling Dame, but Exploria, Meaning, and Percy's Bar are all close by. And look, Arizona's exploring only one space behind. Dazzling Dame 2 is not doing very well that search party. And now we're into the home stretch, and Dazzling Dame still has the lead, but one trying to make a move. Look at that, 6 passes. That's Percy's bar. Let's see if Percy's bar holds up. And there you go for the first heat race. We had a shocking inquiry, but it doesn't look like anything amounted to that. Percy's bar was under scrutiny. So that would have been a big mess there. Percy's bar ends up first, Explorer second, Dazzling Dame third, and Meaning fourth. Okay, so let's head over to heat race 2 of the Oaks. That's also 150,000, and there's just 6 horses here. Remember, only 13 were in the real life field. This time we have Counting Stars and Zany in the top two. So again, it's 1 and 2 to watch. Okay, Zany is 1, 2 is Counting Stars, 3 is Prom Queen, 4 is Brooklyn Braun, 5 is Lovely Gray, and 6 is Resist. Remember, these two are the add-ins. And didn't mention it before, but this is a 9 furlong race. And again, the top 10 fillies will move on. So we'll take a look at Zany and Counting Stars when we get to the back straight and see how they're doing. And look at that, we have Counting Stars with the lead. Looks like Zany's second. Oh, horse 3 Prom Queen is right behind. All still in pretty close pack proximity, other than 4 and 6 is just now slow it down a bit. But we still have 2 in the lead, 1 second. 2 is Counting Stars. Looks like it's a good race for 3. Going across the finish line is 2. Counting Stars. Looks like Zany comes in second. And yes, Counting Stars first, Zany second. Prom Queen third. Remember, these times will be a major factor when we take a look at the entries for the finals in the Oaks. And we can actually do that. Now, if we run over to 18, which is the Oaks final, we can add the field right now, since we know. Take a look here, and here's our 13 participants, and we just drag him top 10 right through here. And what we're going to do is make sure that the jockeys that rode him in the heat race will also ride the fillies in the finals too. So we should drag the top 10. Oh crap, this one. Alright, let's do it again. Warrior. And down for it. And great. Search party. and the horse tail was both run blonde. Now we check to make sure the jockey are the same that rode them in the heat race. Counting stars were Francisco, that's right, Percy Pumpkin, was Javier. Exploria was Pratt, which is wrong. Dazzling theme was Lewis, yes. Zany was Pirate or Cheese. Meaning with J.J. Hernandez. Prom Queen was singer. Who was Percy's farm that I met? Oh, Percy's farm. I think it was right in the child. We have Javier for Prom Queen. Lovely Gray is Dylan Davis. Search Party is Torres, that's right. And Brooklyn Lawn, I think that might be right too. Yep. So there you have the field, so we'll save that. So we're all set to run that race after we get done with the two Kentucky Derby races. In fact, we can just go ahead. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on to the Kentucky Derby Heat Race 1. Like Renegade is the odds favorite, and Post Pitcher 1, he may have a major advantage. There's not a whole lot of horses that are going to contest. So head over from Churchill Downs, and here's your 10 horses. Renegade and Chuckwood, Dan and Bourbon, the Puma, Incredible, Emerging Market, 6 Speed, Golden Tempo, Great White, and Ocelli. Oh, let's take a look at the Stewart Tower. It looks like everything's a go, and they're off, and 7 is out of the gate first, 6 Speed. Again, we'll be watching Renegade. Renegade looks like hasn't, well, did have an early lead there for a minute, but a couple horses have passed them, plus there's 4 others in the same row. Well, I should say probably called. Right now, going into the back straight, we have Dan and Berman and Incredible. Interested. Okay, still in the back straight, we have Damon Berman with the lead. Uh, Renegade is trying to make his move. He's trying to pass some of these, but it's not working out for him very well. Heading into the back far turn, it's 2, that's triple. and Damon, and they're pretty close. 4, the Pumas right there, but doesn't look like Renegade's gonna have any effect in this race, and in fact, Renegade doesn't get moving. He's gonna have a tough time making the cut. Half of these horses will not make the cut. Alright, there you have it. 3 and 8 with the tie. Let's see. In this Band of Bourbon by a neck over Golden Tempo Renegade in the 6. Don't know if that's going to be a good enough time to qualify, but we'll see. So that's the end of Heat Race 1. Go ahead and run Heat Race 2. Huh. Let's see. Exactly. Wonder Dean. Go back here. Well, Wonder Saki is 0 anyway, so let's make sure that Saki is on Wonder Dean. Yeah, so that's fine. He's 0 rated anyway, so that's fine. The game is 0 rating. So let's go ahead and get over Churchill Downs and run the race. Okay, here's the field. Here's Witness Commandment, So Happy, Wonder Dean, Cheap Wallaby, Potentant, Padawan, Further Ado, and other extra eligible and most fun stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and head over to Stewart's Tower. And everything looks fine, and they're off. Potent gets out of the gate first. Further Ado and Commandment are the 2 top horses. That's 3 and 9. It looks like they're running pretty good out of the gate as we're going into the first turn. We'll catch up with them when they head into the back straight, see how things are shaping up. And there you go, we have Further Ado of Potent and Commandment 1-2. It looks like they're driving away from the rest of the pack as we head into the back straight. 7 trying to keep up, that's Potent, plus a few more right behind Potent. We have an excellent race for 1 and 2, and 2 has slipped into 3rd place at Litmus Test. We're now close to the home stretch. Litmus Test is giving a little bit of competition there for Commandment and Further Ado. And we got 4 that have an excellent chance here. Let's see how it finishes. Looks like it's end up being 3 and 9 as we thought. Commandment and Further Ado, with Commandment winning. There you have a Commandment first, Further Ado second, So Happy third, and I think our favorite from Heat 1 is not going to make the cut, but we'll have to check that out and then the one that horse that got a chance to run because of a scratch did not do very well at all. Okay, let's finish this up. And let's add the field here for the Kentucky Derby, and that'll be the end of uh, the first episode. Episode 2 will do the finals. And again, you got your top 20 in order by a little formula here, mostly it's based on the time. Yeah, I don't think Renegade made it. That's pretty bad because Renegade could be the very major contender in the real Kentucky Derby. And as you can see, Renegade was nowhere near 2.66. The Renegade ran the 2.7. Okay, same here. We gotta change the jockeys. Commandment is yes. No, it's yes. Adam Berman is right. Further ado, Venezuela, Sean. Full, full temple, Jose. So Happy, and Smith, Potent, J.J. Hernandez, Puma, Javier Castellano, and first is Mario Franco. Manuel Franco. Please. Emerging market. Pratt is right, but Litmus can't have Pratt. You have Garcia. That's Martin Garcia. Okay, there's your field. Let's save it. And lock it, and then this will end episode 1. We can go over here and reset this, see if we get anything. And no, this here is just from our, yeah, these are from our road to the Triple Crown race that we're running also. Okay, so looks like that's going to be it from TRG Central. This is Gary signing off. Hope you enjoyed the races. Remember, episode 2 will have the finals.